So I played Star Wars Jedi Survivor for the last couple of days, and I have to say that I was left impressed after my 40 plus hours playing it. Respawn Entertainment has elevated everything that made Fallen Order remarkable to an unprecedented level. Of course, not a flawless game, but we'll get into all that in just a bit. However, before we start, I'm excited to let you know that I'm organizing a new giveaway on this channel, and you have the chance to win a free copy of Star Wars Jedi Survivor game on a platform of your choice. To enter, all you need to do is leave a thumbs up on this video, be a subscriber of my channel, and leave a comment down below sharing anything you love about the Star Wars franchise. The winner will be randomly selected and announced in the community section in a couple of days. So let's get things started with the main character and story. The opening scene shows Cole as a captive, shackled and being transported by a prison ship to Coruscant, where he is to be interrogated. But as you progress, you'll realize that the tables have turned and it's actually the Empire that is trapped with you. The fight against the Empire remains, of course, disproportionately challenging, requiring the use of guerrilla tactics and stealth to evade their overwhelming forces. The story takes place 5 years after the events of Fallen Order, with Cole now a much more skilled and mature Jedi fighter, both in terms of his powers and strategies. His moves are well planned and calculated, reminiscent of Master Yoda's teachings. However, it is becoming increasingly challenging for him to stay ahead of the hostile Galactic Empire, particularly after Order 66 extermination and the disbanding of his former crew. Cole needs all the allies he can get, and Mercenary Bot proves to be a competent and reliable friend who helps navigate the way to the primary objective. However, things don't always go as planned, and the Mantis almost gets destroyed, prompting Cole to visit his former friend Grease, who can repair it. To reunite the team, Cole must also locate Siri and Marine, who left after the events of Fallen. And this is just the first hour of the game, with around 50 more hours of content if you consider the side missions. Despite this, the game never has a dull moment, with well-paced storytelling, expertly choreographed fights, breathtaking cinematography, and new features to fiddle with and further customize Cole's power. The main narrative sometimes suffers from back and forth visiting of the same places and boss encounters, but the introduction of new mechanics and zones keeps the gameplay fresh. Overall, I would say the game offers everything that Star Wars fans would expect, with a few surprises thrown in for good measure. From the massive cityscape of Coruscant to the expansive world of Koboh, which feels almost like an open world game itself, there is always something to admire and explore. It was such a mesmerizing experience that I had to pause and appreciate the intricate level of complexity before me quite often. The game also offers plenty of surprises, such as enemy forces patrolling and ambushes from raiders and Empire dropships quite often. In some cases, you just get ambushed by surprise while exploring the planets without being involved in any story mission. Planet Koboh is exceptionally large, and while not technically an open world game, it is so expansive that it gives the impression of being one. It boasts multiple planets and biomes in one, including arid cliffs, jungles, and even swamps. The game skillfully blends vast open spaces where mounts are necessary with linear dungeons, caves, and other hidden passages. The size of the map is enormous, even accounting only for the surface level, and this is only one of the 6 planets and moons available for exploration. And I have to pinpoint that I wasn't even able to discover everything that this planet has to offer, even after spending at least 40 hours into the game. Now, unfortunately, the game's enormous size has an impact on its performance, as I experienced some lag spikes while exploring the more open spaces of Koboh, despite playing on performance mode on a PS5. However, this was before the release of Day 1 patch, which promised to address various bugs and improve performance according to the patch notes. I never played it on a PC, so not really sure about the performance there, but I guess we'll see that in the upcoming days and weeks. Along your journey, you will unlock new stances that offer unique playstyles to enjoy. Each stance has its own combat advantages, and you'll find different skill trees for each of them to further customize your abilities and effectiveness. My personal favorite is Crossguard, which is perfect for those who prefer to dash through enemies but don't mind slower attacks since it deals higher damage than the other stances. If you want to feel like a Jedi Templar Knight, this stance is definitely for you. On the other hand, if you aspire to be a Jedi John Wayne, you should opt for the blaster stance, which becomes available at a certain point in the game. With this stance, you can wield a powerful blaster with limited ammunition and combine it with melee strikes. Additionally, you'll have a lightsaber and access to game-changing skills if you know how to use them, and balance between melee and ranged attacks. The latest exploration adventure comes with exciting and unique ways for Call to navigate through it. Some of these methods may be familiar to you from other Star Wars games, such as riding your own mount, using a grappling hook, or performing an air dash. However, this game utilizes them in a way that makes our protagonist feel much more agile and powerful than he did in the previous installment. At times, you may even feel like a Jedi superhero, and the game fully embraces this newfound strength. Although it may seem odd to mention this in a Star Wars review, the wall traversal mechanics in this game brought to my mind the gameplay of Prince of Persia. However, I say this because it is truly gratifying to utilize these mechanics, and I think the developers made a great choice by adding them. Furthermore, the inclusion of fresh puzzle mechanics and challenges is a welcome change of pace. These new abilities are put to the test in some of the most memorable moments I have ever experienced in a video game. Even a seemingly small challenge can be inspiring, and I guarantee that some moments will leave you breathless. Jedi Survivor shows great appreciation for your dedication and rewards you generously through the game. In fact, the rewards may seem overwhelming at times due to the multitude of treasure chests, cosmetic vendors, and hundreds of components for your customizable lightsaber and blasters. These rewards are granted upon completing side content or exploring the vast array of hidden areas. The world building in Jedi Survivor is immersive, and there are several NPCs that players will undoubtedly become invested in. From stranded travelers in need of assistance to intriguing characters that leave you curious, the game offers numerous opportunities to interact with them. By helping these NPCs, you can recruit them back to Rambler's Reach, which ultimately leads to the settlement's overall improvement and expansion. Every feature in the game serves a purpose to fully immerse you in the world and reward you for your dedication. The impact and severity of each lightsaber swing is now more prominently felt by your enemies. Whether they be human or beasts, limbs and body parts will rain down in this game. Respawn took things even further by turning this into a game mechanic, addressing the feedback from the first game. By cutting off specific limbs, certain enemy attacks can be nullified, making for a more strategic combat experience. The combat itself is more satisfying than ever, with new finisher animations for Call to use against his foes. However, your enemies are not just mere obstacles to be taken down. They have their own lives and routines, with druids and troopers interjecting about their day-to-day tasks. Some may even express fear towards you, and listening in on their conversations can provide humorous moments, and Call can even react to them. Additionally, enemies now have more character, with stormtroopers stumbling around in moments of panic and battle droids malfunctioning while attempting to throw stun grenades. In conclusion, let's do a quick summary of the game's positives and negatives. On the positive side, Jedi Survivor is a massive game that offers a lot of fun with diverse and visually impressive planet environments. Call's new impactful and interesting powers, as well as the vast role-playing options, are also great aspects of the game. On the downside, the only notable issues are performance related and are limited to specific areas, which were mostly resolved in the Day 1 patch. Overall, in my opinion, Jedi Survivor deserves a 10 out of 10 rating, and it's a strong contender for Game of the Year. If you're interested in more content related to the game, be sure to subscribe to the channel for upcoming guides, gameplay, and secrets. Thank you, and until next time, tell me in the comment section down below, how do you feel about this game so far?